Welcome. It's another beautiful day and I've got my coffee. So let's watch some stuff.
Did you know that Mars was the original planet where humans were from? Listen closely, this is both fascinating and eerie. There's a theory suggesting that Mars was once home to a thriving civilization, possibly our ancestors, but something catastrophic occurred, forcing them to flee and find refuge on another planet, Earth. The element xenon, found on Mars, is typically only detected on Earth following a nuclear explosion, leading to speculations of a nuclear war that devastated the Martian civilization. But the survivors managed to escape just in time, landing on Earth, and had to restart civilization from nothing. So when we talk about aliens, we might be referring to distant relatives. The theory even suggests that the drastic climate change and barren landscapes of Mars are the aftermath of this catastrophic event. And here's where it gets even crazier. Some believe that the ancient structures and artifacts found on Earth might be the remnants of the knowledge that these Martian ancestors brought with them. Pyramids, ancient texts, technological advancements in ancient times. Could all these be the legacy left behind by a civilization that once thrived on another planet?
Maybe that's why we had to sweep the Tartarian Empire underneath the rug, because they were the remaining descendants that remembered, that we were from Mars. I know there's also other theories about how the other planets in our solar system are actually different versions of Earth and different stages of its existence before people and after whatever uh, different evolutions come beyond our own or even before our own. It's a really, really interesting theory. I'm gonna have to find it and share it with you guys because I think it's so cool. Excuse me. I just wanted to take a moment and tell you how much I appreciate you stopping by for today's coffee talk. If you're having a good time, maybe you'd consider hitting that subscribe button and come back tomorrow because I am making a new video every single day.
What they don't tell you about earthing. If you didn't already know, the earth is permeating something called telluric energy 24/7. Connection to the telluric energy of the earth has proven to reduce inflammation, pain, stress, improve blood flow, sleep, and vitality, and a whole list of other benefits. But the way we've been raised and the information we've been programmed with has led us to believe that wearing rubber on our shoes is ideal. The truth is, the palms of our hands and feet have proven to be like battery nodes, meaning they're super conducive to electricity. There's two really cool movies on YouTube, the Earthing movie and the Grounding documentary, that explain this perfectly. Understand that the sun is trying to send you messages, and your connection to the earth is what determines the quality of the message that you receive. Make sure y'all follow for more. Reflected light from the Most High.
I had only just recently learned about grounding, and it makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, we are all of the earth, right? And they say that, unless you think of that last video, we're of the Mars. But either way, they say that energy is never created nor destroyed. So it makes sense that being of this earth, that the energy would flow through you from the earth and re-energize you. I just think that's super neat. I'd never heard it called earthing before, though, and I'm gonna have to check out those documentaries and see what they have.
AI is going to be the end of us. Dude, check this out.
This is where it gets really freaky. I got goosebumps. I'm scared, bro. From Albert Einstein, it says, I'm not sure which weapons the Third World War will be fought, but the Fourth World War, they will fight with sticks and stones. Day one of AI taking over. It was contained to its own server. The AI figured out a Roomba vacuum. That's the only thing it could figure out how to connect to. So it put all of its information onto the Roomba computer, and then that allowed it to connect to the Wi-Fi, which allowed it to connect to everyone's phones, and then it spread instantly. It was in control of 3D printers to build itself with no one knowing, until the one time, 40 days into it, decided, I don't want humans anymore.
Dude.
It went into this whole thing to where it shut down the power plants, it messed with Wall Street, just chaos. Developed its own drones to survey all of Earth. If a human was found, it would, and he's like, obviously the story is made up.
Yeah.
He said the story was made up by AI when I asked it to make up a story of how it would take over.
Lily, are you doing okay?
I wish you wouldn't say this out loud!
Do you see what I'm talking about? AI is so sophisticated, it can generate prompts, and I've used a lot of AI to develop certain things for what I do. But when you start to deep dive what AI is really capable of, if you ask the right prompts, it will blow your mind. What do you guys think about AI in society today?
So while I was watching that, I was thinking, "Oh, that's got to be a movie. That sounds like a movie or some kind of a story, like a science fiction story." And then he said that they asked an AI to write that. That's insane. So it's already figured out its path, how it's going to get into the system. That's a little concerning, right? Tell me what you think. I want to know if you think that AI is going to be the end of us and how you think it's going to happen.
Many different resets and many different civilizations. The question is, how long has this been going on? And have we done all of this before? So, ancient Sumerians depicting a helicopter, people in the 1800s with an electric scooter, ancient Egyptian with free Wi-Fi and hotspot. This guy in the 1800s seems to have some sort of holographic device, and he's got one too. These temples in South America seem to have construction power tools. This guy seems to have a telescope, and of course, found in Egypt in a pyramid was a light bulb along with a set of batteries.
There's no real way of knowing how many times the Earth has reset itself. We hypothesize how old we think that the Earth is, but it's not 100% certain. And we've had many ice ages and catastrophic floods after these ice ages. And if that doesn't wipe it away, we have shifting tectonic plates. So after a while, everything just kind of disappears.
For instance, something called etheric energy was discovered, and the technology to capture it and convert it into usable power was developed over 4 decades ago. Never heard of it? Well, you're not supposed to. So what is etheric energy? Well, in its basic form, it's energy that nature provides that can be extracted from the atmosphere, the air all around us, and has the ability to be converted into usable forms of energy. Along with this, at the same time, wireless transmission of electricity that's directed through the atmosphere and utilizes the Earth's electric force as a conductor was being researched and tested, with the end result being light bulbs wirelessly illuminated 25 to 26 miles away from the power source. Think about this. No power lines. Light bulbs 25 miles away from the power source turning on. This was an incredible advancement in energy technology that was way before its time.
And until the government can figure out a way to meter that and monetize it, we'll never see it. It's all about the money.
In this little museum in Acambaro, Mexico, you have 32,000 figurines, many of them looking like dinosaurs, that were supposedly uncovered over a long period of time in the 1940s through the 1950s in Acambaro, Mexico, in different excavations around the area in a place called El Toro Mountain. This guy right here on the screen right here is Joel Schröd. He was a German immigrant that was a businessman that came to the area, and he was very well respected. Even the people that claim that this is a hoax had good things to say about him. No one pointed fingers at this guy. He was the first one to find a figurine sticking out of the sand, basically, at El Toro Mountain. El Toro Mountain used to be at the base of an ancient lake, and so it's like a sandy beach where this was found. And so the next day, Tiniero comes back, and he's just got like a whole bunch more. Tiniero said, hey, there's more artifacts. I've found more. After years of collecting this stuff, you now have 32,000 figurines that are in this museum, probably 4,000 on display. It's not just dinosaur-looking figures that they found. There's figurines of artifacts that look Egyptian, that look like they have old world significance to them.
So I've seen this before. These dinosaur figurines are alluding to the fact, well, not the fact, to the presumption that dinosaurs existed more recently than science is presuming. So that would change a lot of history, like dramatically, if dinosaurs were alive more recently, because there wasn't a huge gap in between them and the evolution of man. It's interesting that there would be Egyptian figures and dinosaur figurines found in the same location, right? But not just the same location, in Mexico.
This is rare footage of the Earth's most famous sea creature. These well-spoken fishermen have caught the Loch Ness Monster on camera for the first time ever. They have been fishing on this Scotland river for battered cod, but never expected this. The savage monster lurks towards them with the absolute quickness. The lads know they are in savage peril and need to act fast. Everybody knows the Loch Ness Monster has 27 poisonous tentacles. As you can see by the 10,000-pound suits, they are Art BTech students from Oxford University.
While those images were a little gratuitous, I truly believe that, Nessie is alive and well. Why not? It's a huge, the Loch Ness is gigantic. It's what, like 27, 28 miles long, something like that, and 2 miles wide. I don't know what that is in kilometers. I'm American, sorry. Yeah. It's a huge expanse of water. It's like thinking that we know everything that's alive in the ocean. You don't. You don't. It's not impossible. It's not.
When will this planet come back?
It's here.
It's already in the area.
Oh yes, right now it's in conjunction. It is behind the sun. It's coming up. It came up in the direction towards the sun's, say, 7:30 position.
Okay.
Now, when it comes out from behind, it'll be around the 1:30 position. And
will we be able to see it then?
Yeah. And when we see it, if you're not prepared, I mean, frankly, when we do see it, people are going to be standing out in the street. They're going to be pointing up at the sky.
You'll be able to see it like that?
Oh yeah, you're going to see it. It's a melancholia scenario. Jeez. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger because this thing is going to come around from behind the sun and cross over our orbit above us and ahead of us. And, there's a gentleman, Bob Dean, government whistleblower. He's one of my heroes. I mean, I just love this guy.
Yeah, good guy.
And I think in 2008 on Project Camelot, he made a prediction. He said, according to my sources, when we are going to be on the same side of the sun as the Planet X system when it goes into its aphelion leg. That's when it's going back south.
Okay.
And that is when it's really going to be jamming,
And jamming meaning doing
fast.
Things to us?
To the sun, to us. First off, let me just explain the Planet X system.
Okay.
Nemesis is the dark star. All right. And it hasn't been visible for a very long time to the naked eye because it's shrouded in iron oxide dust.
Okay.
This is from its creation.
And where would that be now, that binary star?
That binary star is beyond the orbit of Jupiter behind our sun.
And that's why we can't see it.
We can't see it. First off, let me just explain the Planet X system.
Okay.
Yes. It's a long period elliptical orbit. It's inclined here's the plane of our solar system, all right, and it's inclined, and it goes up and down in 3,600 lunar. That's right. It doesn't go around like we do, so it comes up and down like a comet.
Okay.
It's a comet-like orbit, and it's very long. What happened was, in early 90s, a gentleman by the name of Robert Harrington. He was an astronomer for the U.S. Naval Observatory in Washington. He was the chief astronomer. He wrote a brilliant paper on the location of Planet X. All right. Not only did he do that, he backed it up by having a telescope specially constructed sent to an observatory owned by our government in New Zealand. Because at that time it was in the southern skies.
Just to look for this planet.
Yes. And what happened was all of the image plates that came off that telescope were sent to NASA, disappeared. Never seen again.
Well, that's interesting.
I know that one was long, but I found it very fascinating. I would like to find an unedited, version of that to hear, everything that was cut out. I know that he goes on to say something about that fella suddenly mysteriously disappearing. as people do apparently when they want to uncover something that you're not supposed to know about. This planet Nibiru, I've heard many things, like it's supposed to come around every 36,000 years. That's where the Anunnaki come from, and they're supposed to come back and harvest us. There's lots of different things. Plus, there was also that video I showed not too long ago that said that it was around that Nibiru was by the moon. It's all over the place. I'd like to nail it down a little bit and get some actual information. If you know anywhere I can find some good solid information about this planet Nibiru and its trajectory and what we're looking at, let me know. And I'm also going to look into what Project Camelot is. You mentioned that, and I hadn't heard of that before. I mean, there's a lot that I haven't heard of before, but that one in particular, I'm going to go ahead and look into.
The Earth will be reset in a few years. The theory of the Great Reset asserts that every few hundred years, a catastrophic event occurs and forces humanity to reset and start over. This theory has been supported by many scientists, but also by declassified CIA documents. According to this theory, some past civilizations were as advanced, if not more so than we are today. Some have even suggested that the elaborate cave network under our feet is actually made up of roads from some of these resets long ago. The situation is even darker, as some believe there is an elite who cash in on the resets, or who can reduce the moment when a catastrophic event will occur to hide during this period, and re-implant themselves in society during the reconstruction phases and regain control. All this is just a simple theory. They managed to do that. Then they would have power indefinitely, and they could endure among all civilizations and all times. This joins the theory that some stars, some powerful people in the world, have access to multiple lives. They would become more and more intelligent with each new life. If you think this is possible, then tell me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to solve these mysteries.
As I was watching that, I was wondering how these elites and these stars were able to wait it out while the new civilization rebuilt itself, and then it went and answered that they have multiple lives. I guess they do. They believe that there's a reincarnation of stars and elites. Maybe that's why all these people are building bunkers right now, because they know. They know. Oh, well, it's been great. I've had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had a great time too, and I hope you come back tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and here's my cutting room floor. 3, 2, 1. Excuse me for a second while. Excuse me a second. Excuse me. That's all there is to it. It's all about money. It's all about money. Let's put something else, because that's not going to go there. We're going to take that part out because that sounded kind of dumb. Maybe that's why, but maybe, I don't know, but maybe not. I don't know what else to say here. Theories about whatever happens to the earth. I'm not going to say that. We're going to cut that part out. We're good. Come back tomorrow because we're making a new video every day. It's not we, it's me. I'm the only one doing it. It's just me, not we. We're not doing it. I am. Dinosaurs. Be dinosaurs. Well, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. That's all I have to say. You know, I love my air quotes. That's pretty much it.